Welcome back to Conscious Reality, where we speak on love, relationship, and spirituality. What's good, what's bad, and what's ugly. Sometimes you won't like what I say because it sounds bad. Doesn't mean that I agree or disagree with it. Doesn't mean that I judge what I say. I say things based on a reality that I see people live, or sometimes what I've done in the past, what I see happen in the present. So I want you to sometimes just listen to what I'm saying instead of thinking that I'm trying to make excuses for people, trying to do this and do that. Just listen to the knowledge because it happens. Whether you agree with it or not, it happens. Whether you like it or not, things happen. I want to speak on healing for a second. I've heard people say time heals all wounds, and I disagree. Time doesn't heal a wound. This present moment heals the wound, but you have to be intentional about healing. And the present is timeless. I don't want you to think that if you just let things be over the next 2 years, you're going to be okay with it. If you let this anger in your heart over a year, you're going to be okay with it. It's going to be gone. If you hold on to a grudge in a year or two, you're going to be okay. I don't want you to see life that way because time doesn't heal those things. A matter of fact, it grows into your subconscious. Some things you left unfixed and it grows into your emotions. It becomes your personality. It becomes your perception of the world because it grows into you. It becomes a program. It becomes who you are. Don't look at life like that. Time doesn't heal all things. The present moment heals all things because there's healing in the present. There's healing in the now. Tomorrow don't exist. Time don't exist. Only now, which is timeless, exists. Listen, some of us are hurt. Some of us are discouraged. Some of us are tired. And I want you to be intentional. Today is when I heal. Today, now. And to heal means that sometimes you have to be in the moment and remind yourself, I am healed. I am healed. And you begin to practice the emotion that you want to practice. See, many of us, when a thought comes to us from the past experience, what happens? We hold on to it by giving it an emotion that matches it. If we think about somebody leaving us or divorcing us, we hold on to an emotion that matches it, sadness. Because when you lose something, you become sad. Sometimes you become angry. And when you practice those emotions all the time, you become perfect at those emotions. Those emotions stays in your body. Those emotions become a part of your energy. It becomes a part of your mind. It becomes a part of your body. You remember it, so it keeps coming back. I want you now to begin to practice new emotions. There's hundreds of emotions to choose from. Why do you keep reliving this one? Why do you keep embodying and practicing that same one? And without you knowing, you are practicing that emotion. And it's very unconscious to do it. Listen, everything that you do is a choice. But just because you don't know that it's a choice doesn't mean that it's not a choice. It means it's a choice. If somebody says something to you and you get offended, understand, by you being offended, that is a choice that you are choosing. You are exercising a choice in being offended. But it's just unconscious. You don't see it that way. But if you think about it, you don't have to be offended. You can be peaceful. You can be happy. You can be joyful. It doesn't match what someone says, but you don't have to match them. You match you. You are trying to match energy with someone. See, matching energy is not about behaving how they behave. Sometimes matching energy is about when somebody does something to you, you get the emotion that matches that energy. Even if you don't cuss them out, you don't disrespect them. So we carry that energy. We carry that energy for a long time. Healing is in the moment. Healing is now sitting still, realizing that the truth is nothing is happening to you right now. Nobody is abusing you. Nobody is disrespecting you. Nobody is touching you. Nobody is doing anything. And if you understand the present moment, this is the truth. This is it. This is the now. And if you indulge in this moment, you can choose to have an emotion or practice the emotion of love or feeling at peace. Allow the body to experience peace. because it's a choice. It's just an emotion. You know what it feels like. Remember it, experience it. But first, you must have that image in your mind of what it looks like so you can experience it in your body, in your spirit. Practice what joy feels like. You don't have to practice being lonely. Many of us are always lonely. We get lonely all the time. Why? Because it's a practiced emotion. You practice it for so much time, so many times that it comes back. It just come back. Check this out. If you sit in traffic every day at 4 p.m. on weekdays, on Saturday, you are at home at 4 p.m. Do you know the body will give you reason to be anxious and frustrated because in the traffic that you were sitting in every day this week, you was anxious and annoyed. So the body will remember those emotions because it's set on time. And Saturday and Sunday, around that time, you will feel that same annoyance. You will feel the same anger, the same energy, and you will choose a different reason to feel it and to continue feeling it. When is the reason why is because the body is just bringing it back up to you because that becomes your source of energy. You see this hurt that we experience? These hurt with these emotions become our source of energy. Do you know that? Anger. Somebody say, I have anger problems. That anger is your source of energy. It becomes the reason why you respond. It becomes the reason why you think. It becomes the reason why you go to the gym. It's a source of energy. Emotions are just energy in motion. And whichever emotion that you use throughout your day is the emotion that keeps coming back. Because when you decide, I will stop being angry, think about how you feel. You feel drained. You feel bored. You feel like, because it's not recognized. The new emotion is not recognized. You have to practice it on a regular basis. So listen, healing is in this moment. Healing is the present. You have to decide. Healing is not in 2 years or 3 years. The reason why we are on this healing journey is because we don't realize that everything that we do, what we think, what we feel, we have a choice. Just because a feeling comes to me, I don't have to keep feeling it. I don't have to keep sitting in it. I don't have to bring in thoughts that match it. I don't have to put my attitude towards it. I can recognize a feeling, recognize it's a memory that my body is bringing back because it's programming my body. And I can say, okay, I recognize it. Let me switch. Many of us, when the feeling comes, you know what? We think about something to feel it for. We go in our minds and dig up a thought that matches it. Then we let our body speak in that same feeling. We drop our heads, our shoulders go lower, and we feel our energy and our emotion changes to match the feeling. Because life is all about harmony. Do you understand that you attract everything in harmony with your vibration? You attract everything. So if your feeling is this or anger, you begin to attract the anger thoughts, the anger actions, the anger body response, body language, tonalities, because it's harmony. It matches your vibration. And that's where we go wrong. We believe these feelings. We think that sometimes you are perfectly good. And here comes this feeling. You don't know where it's coming from, but the feeling comes. And when the feeling comes, you stop being good. You think something is wrong. Sometimes there's nothing wrong. I promise you, there's nothing wrong sometimes. It's just that you rehearse these feelings, you rehearse your response, and therefore you are doing what you know what to do. So this is what you do. Healing is in the present. You can question every emotion that you feel. Why do I feel this way? Question every feeling that you feel. Why do I feel this? The thoughts that come to you, question them. Why do I have these thoughts? It happened 20 years ago. Why is it still there? Because every time you resist them, they come back. Every time you fight them, they come back. Every time you hate them, they come back. Every time you force them out, they come back because you are energizing them. You are giving them energy. Sometimes you have to just understand that healing don't happen next year, next 5 years. Healing doesn't happen in the future. Healing is only happening now. You have to make intentional decision to be in this moment of choosing your responses, choosing your thoughts, choosing your feelings. You have to. You have to choose. Don't just accept whatever comes to you. You have to choose. Just like you choose your partner, Choose your emotions. So I'm telling you, we say all these things. Time heals all wounds. It doesn't. Time doesn't heal anything because time doesn't exist. The present is the only timeless time. It's the only timeless thing. It's the only timeless experience. And only in this timeless experience can you choose to heal. Healing is daily. Healing is a choice. Healing just don't happen without intention. You just don't fluke or skip into healing. It has to be intentional. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I hope you get my point. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Thank you for your time. You have a beautiful day. And I hope you heal now. Be blessed.